So the saw is cutting good. That's what happens when you put on a freshly sharpened chain. It cuts better than the last time I was cutting. I had these big oak logs down on the ground here that I was kind of using as a little platform to put other logs on to buck them up. And I just want to get them out of the way because they are taking up a lot of space, and I have run into a slight, I don't know, really dilemma, problem, not really a problem. With the logs I've been running through the Yappa over here, I've discovered that a 12-foot long oak log, roughly 12 to, well, 10 to 13 inches in diameter, I have discovered they are very heavy and they are difficult to move all by yourself. So I loaded up my little redneck live deck here with some more logs. I had 2 layers on there, and I ran the little ones, and then I got to this, well, these bigger ones, and this thing you can kind of see has a little bow in it. And when I got it up here on the live deck, or on the log lift, and trying to get it to feed into the Yappa, the little bow, the little bend in the log was sitting such that this roller would not catch it. And if I pushed down and had the belt catch it, the belt, I couldn't pull and run the infeed right here all at the same time. It worked out great the other day when the little boss man was out here, because he could advance the log and I could give it a little push and kind of help it get in there. I was thinking about cutting them in half and doing that. So I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna just buzz these in half and then load smaller sections on here and deal with them that way. I'd like to just run them all, you know, as one, but maybe that's what I'm gonna have to do. Cause yeah, that thing right there, I mean, I don't have the calculations figured out what a 12-foot long log like that weighs, but I will tell you it's a lot. And then this one here, it's the same thing. It's kind of got a little bend in it right down here. And when I get these up on the log lift, like I said, if I can't roll them and turn them and get them flat to catch both that roller and the belt, like it'll just sit there and teeter on the roller, and I can't reach from the lever to push enough on the log. So I'm kind of not sure what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I might just cut these in half. But either way, if I run them on the Yappa, cut them in half and run them over there, or if I bring them in here, buck them up and run them through the Easton Made. Either way, I wanted to get this stuff in here cleaned up because there are some bigger logs in the pile that Rick brought that I will need to bring in here and get bucked up. So right now, I don't know. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm not quite sure. Maybe since the saw is warmed up, I should just buzz those in half, because then I would only be making one cut, and then I could use the Yappa to do the rest of the cuts. Where if I bring the logs in over here, I'm gonna have to buck every single round off the log. So I think I just made my decision. log and the second one, I realized I have the log lift pulled out. So I need to pull that in so that way the roller is closer to the belt and I'm not trying to balance that log to have it grab the roller or have it on the roller and grabbing the belt. So I gotta pull the log lift and that roller in. So I'm going to have to make some adjustments to the distance that the infeed roller is from the belt. Now I think I have it too close. So as I'm bringing the log in, it ends up wanting to tip back and fall off the roller before it gets to the belt. I was kind of afraid I maybe had brought it in too close, but that's just the way it goes. And on top of it, now it has started to rain. So I think being that it's close to the end of the day, I think I'm going to call it a day here in the wood yard. Got some nice big rounds bucked up and ready to go for the Easton made 37D. Got the rest of these logs over here cut in half, so when I get the right distance of the infeed roller away from the belt set, I can run those through. And hopefully I didn't make a huge mistake by cutting those logs in half. Luckily there's only what, 2, 4, 5, there's only like 7 left. You think you solve one problem, but you just create a couple more. So we'll see you guys tomorrow night on the Friday Night Live live stream, 8 p.m. Central.